Hi guys. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the organization of our website. I'm going to try to keep it just 3 to 4 minutes and we'll see how I do with that. I tend to be a little bit long-winded, so sorry about that. I just want to give you enough information to be successful. So this is the landing site, the landing homepage of our website. You'll see that I have my contact information right here, office hours and all of that. Then across the top, you'll see the syllabus, and I'm going to let you look over that. It has lots of things. I'll point out one thing is that late work will be taken 10% off per calendar day. That's pretty normal for all courses here at SBU. And you can look down there at the objectives and all that kind of thing. Then if you go over here to units, you'll see each unit is composed of about 3 weeks, except for unit 4, it has 4 weeks in it. So if this is where you will come each week as you start working on your online class. And I would recommend that you start on Monday, because you will have 3 different due dates throughout the week normally. Now this first week is a little different, and so you can look at that, but usually the week will start on Monday and it will end on Sunday night, and that gives you a full 7 days. And I used to make things due on Friday midnight, and I had some students ask if we could extend that, and I think that was a good idea. And so you will have discussion board original posts due by Tuesday of the week, so you have 2 days to explore the resources and then write about them. And so you'll be doing both whole group and small group discussion board posts, not in the same week, but throughout the semester you will do those. You'll have a small group of students that you discuss a lot of things with, and I try to make them in your content area. So you get to talk about things that are really pertain to your content. And then Friday midnight, you will have to reply to at least 2 to 3, several of your small group members, and have a conversation. That's what this is about. Even though this is an online course, it doesn't mean that we don't have collaboration. It doesn't mean that we don't have discussions and learning from each other. That's really important. So you need to contribute to those discussion board posts. And then you'll also have, so the replies to the boards are due by Friday, and you'll also have what I'm calling participation tasks. And what these are things that if this was a face-to-face class, you would have done some of this in class. So if you're going to make an example of like an assessment tool and make an example and turn it in real quickly, or if you're going to contribute to a brainstorming document, or you're going to do a collaboration with in a slideshow, those kinds of things, those participation tasks, and they're labeled that throughout the website, those will be due by Friday midnight as well. So as you work through the resources, as you work through learning new tools, you'll create a little example I give lots of good instructions so you'll know what to do. And then by Sunday midnight, which is right before the next week starts, anything that I call an assignment or a project will be due. And those are just a little bit bigger things that will be applying what you're learning throughout the weeks. And so you really do need to keep on top of these things. If you follow along with the website and read everything, which I really recommend, read and click on these helpful videos whenever you see them. If you need help, if you can't figure something out, you really need to read from top to bottom. I've tried to give as much information as I can without being too overly wordy. So I'm trying to be helpful. So 3 days throughout each week, you'll need to think about that. If I were you, I would just put a reminder on my phone and make sure that you get it all done. So how I have set up the weeks. So I have the information you need numbered, and I have it in an order that makes sense to me. And so anything that I want you to go do, I have it linked. Anything that I think you might have a little bit of trouble with or you've never done before, I make a little video about and I put it here. Now you'll see that I have here this dark green BB, and now I've added this BB as well to make it a little bit bigger. This means that you need to go to Blackboard and turn it in. And I made you a little video here about how to turn in your first Flipgrid introduction video. And so if you'll do that, but anytime you see this green BB, it means you have to do something here, but you also need to go and turn it in on Blackboard. And the reason that you have to do that, which I know it's a pain, I totally agree, but our online learning department needs to be able to make sure of how much activity is being done on Blackboard. And so we have to turn things in there, even though you're doing a Flipgrid video here. So you're going to do things like introductions. I'm going to have things to, watch throughout, which I'm remaking this video here actually right now. And I'll have little games for you to interact with. So like Kahoot, or you might do a little quiz lit game, or you might play something interactive. And the reason I do that is because these are the kinds of things that you should be doing in your class when you become a teacher. So you want them to be interactive and engaging, and I want you to do a lot of exploration. Some of the things I will just link, and you won't have to do anything with it, but I like to do these little extra things that are fun. This one's a great video from John Spencer, who is awesome. He's got a great blog and a YouTube channel, and he just has a lot of feel-good stuff. And then you will have tasks to complete. So here would be a task that you need to do, and I tell you exactly what you need to do, when it's due, what you need to do, create a Google account. A lot of the stuff we do in this class will be on Google, and a lot of schools are going to Google Tools, and when you get hired at that school, you'll be expected to understand how to use them and how to collaborate and do all those kinds of things. So anytime something is underlined, you need to click on it. And so I already have all your names, and here is where you will put your Google email address whenever you create your Google account. You'll need to come here and put it here in the spreadsheet. You'll just click in the space beside your name and you'll put it in there. And so then here's your small group as well. When we start doing small group discussions, you'll be able to go here and see who all is in your group. So then you will also be doing things like this. This says, make a copy of this project's checklist document, and it'll come to this, and this is not an accident. I did this on purpose. So whenever you see this, you are actually going to click on that, make a copy, because this is making a copy for your own self in your own Google account. Okay, and so what this is I've gone through each week and I have listed out what you should have done during that week by the end of the week. I did not put specific due dates on here, but you know that by the website. So this is now your own copy because you made a copy of it. 6 a copy. So put your name at the beginning of that, and you can do Jennifer Fox, Jennifer, whatever you want to do. And then you are actually, if you go to this folder right here, it shows you where in your drive, which if you just create a Google account, it'll be only in there. But I can then put it in folders like here. So whenever you create your shared folder, which you're going to get ready to do over here, create a Google shared folder right there. And I show you how to do that in that video. So after you create your shared folder, then you'll be able to put your document in there by clicking on that little folder, and then just click within the folder that you just created. All right, so I'm not going to get into a whole bunch more of that, but you're going to sign up for the Remind class, which I show you how to do that there. You send a text to this phone number, and then you will be, and what I do with Remind is that I send out reminders for due dates. Sometimes I send out specific messages without giving out my phone number. I send you a message. I might say, hey, I don't see your scoring guide in your folder, or I see you haven't turned something in or filled something out. And I'll remind you like this. It's just easier than email because it comes to your phone instead of necessarily just going to your email address. Okay, and then you will also do a whole group discussion, and this is just getting to know each other. And so you will actually go to Blackboard, and I see that I need to put a large B like that there, so I'll go back and do that. But then I tell you what to do. So you're going to just discuss what kinds of technology you've used up to this point in your education, and you'll read a couple of pages in this and you'll write about it. So just follow the directions there, and you'll see that each week kind of follows that. So here you'll explore some resources, and just you need to read each part of this and watch the videos that are integrated as you go down. And I'll tell you exactly, if you're not supposed to read the whole thing, I will just say read portions of this, or only look at those pages or whatever. And then you're going to have a whole group discussion board about it as well over on Blackboard. And other things that I have you do are the participation tasks I talked about. And like this one tells you you're going to explore Google and create a couple of examples. And so you need to take this survey, which you can do right here on the screen. And then you can see people's results. You can, all those kinds of things. You do need to go and turn this in on Blackboard And so we can have documentation of that. And then the last thing for this week is an assignment. Remember that the assignments aren't due until Sunday midnight, which gives you the weekend to do that. But on the ones that are assignments, I will have a project description page chronicling everything you need to do for that page. And so if I click on that, it will take me to that page where I have other videos and what you need to do throughout that. Okay, so you should know by the time you step through that what you're supposed to do and how to do it. If you come across something that you don't know how to do, like I've assumed you know how to, I don't know, do something and you don't, just email me. Send me a message and I'll make you a little video, or you can come by my office, or we can do a video chat, however you want to do that. And so the rest of the weeks go similar to that as well. Okay, so those are the units. Okay, and then I've already showed you this project description page. So for each one of the larger assignments, I have made its own project description page. And it tells everything you need to do. But one thing that's really important that a lot of people have a hard time remembering is once you get down here to the bottom, most of the time it's on the bottom, you need to make a copy of the scoring guide. And the reason I do that is because I want to be able to make comments on your scoring guide and it be in your shared folder. And so if you click on that again, it's going to say copy. Do you want to make a copy? And you're going to do the same thing you did before. And move it to your shared folder and all that kind of stuff. But this will give you the criteria that I'm looking for and how many points it's worth as well. Okay, so those are all the project description pages. And then right here in the portfolio menu drop down, you will see all of the 5 pages that you are going to have on your portfolio as you develop it throughout the semester. So this is not all due the first week or the first 2 weeks or whatever. It is going to be done by the time we finalize the semester. And so you can go on each one of these pages, and I've created an example. So sometimes I tell, like, these are just directions right here, but then I give you an example that I would start with and what yours could look like. And then I say, when it's complete, it should have these things on it. Okay, so I've done that with each one of the portfolio pages. And this one, I actually created the whole thing just to kind of tell you about myself. And then I say what you should have on yours as well. So those 5 pages are just examples of what you're going to do. And then this helpful resources, I have a link to my YouTube channel, which is where I house all these videos that I make for you. And then I also have APA help for citing things that you're going to refer to in your discussion board posts and all of that. So that's really kind of a looking around the course website. I would just reiterate that it's going to be really important, especially at the very first of the semester, to really look through all of this and just follow it along and get familiar with how I've organized things, the different helps I have along the way. And if you're ever confused or anything, please email me, contact me early so you don't get to the end and not be able to turn something in or it be late or whatever. So, all right, I think that's it for right now. I appreciate your attention. Thanks.